Hi everyone, it's Bonnie Crane and welcome to Bonnie Carolee Makes Cards. Today I am working with Simon Says Stamps new card kit. This will be the first of 3 cards in my Shake It Up series. For today's card I will be using the heart frame. I begin by stamping it on craft cardstock using Simon Says Stamp Intense Black. I'm doing some simple coloring with Lyra pencils. I'm coloring the hearts with white, pink madder lake, and pale geranium lake. After applying one layer of color, I go back and apply a second layer to intensify the color. Next, I'm creating the windows for the shaker. I line up the wafer die trio window, which is included in the card kit, and hold it in place with low tack purple tape. Even though it's low tack, I'm still very careful when I remove this tape. I don't want to damage my paper. I should have mentioned earlier that after I stamped the image, I did not remove the stamp from my MISTI. I put my panel back into the MISTI and stamp it with Versamark ink. I will be embossing with WOW Metallic Gold Rich embossing powder. Even though I used my anti-static powder tool, I still ended up with a few stray bits of embossing powder that I removed with a fine brush. I preheat my heat tool before I put it to the paper. When heating the embossed lines, I'm careful to hold the heat on just a little bit longer after it has melted to help smooth them out. Because the colors I have chosen to color the hearts is quite soft and the craft background is neutral, I am actually going to emboss this image 3 times. Taking the little bit of extra time to do this will help the image pop from the background and make it look more dimensional. Included in the window frame stamp set are single outline hearts. I will stamp additional hearts to go with the grouping of hearts around the frame. These hearts will be colored the same as the other ones with white, pink, and a pale red. I'm stamping the additional hearts in groups of 3. These stamps also stay in my MISTI until I have inked them with Versamark ink so that they can be embossed. Each set of the additional hearts will also be embossed 3 times. I won't be showing all of the additional hearts that I've stamped. Way too much repetition. Included with this month's card kit was a square shaker trio pouch. This is made by My Favorite Things and is a very fast and easy way to make a shaker. I used 1/8 inch score tape and put it around the edges of the pouch. Score tape is super strong and that pouch won't be going anywhere. All I had to do was take my panel and pop it over top and done. The card kit also came with sweetheart embellishments by Buttons Galore and more. These adorable little hearts go perfectly with the heart frame. I create 3 mounds of the embellishments on the base. I'll put my window frame panel over top just to make sure that I have those hearts in the right place. Everything looks good, and so now I'm ready to adhere the window frame to the base. My glue of choice is Nuvo adhesive. I know it looks like I'm using a ton of glue, but in fact those are very, very thin lines. The glue gives me a little bit of wiggle time. I can ensure that my panel is on straight, leaving an 1/8 inch border. Back into the MISTI it goes so that I can do the simple love you sentiment. I first stamp with Distress Oxide Picked Raspberry. I not only want my sentiment to reflect the colors in the hearts, but I also want it to have a little bit of gradient for interest's sake. I will ink the lower part of the stamp with Distress Oxide Festive Berries. I add some dot detail to each grouping of the hearts using Nuvo Crystal Drops Simply White, Bubblegum Blush, and Gloss Red Berry. After the Nuvo drops are dry, I adhere the card panel to the card base. The square helps me get things lined up. I add a little bit of shimmer to each of the hearts with the Spectrum Noir Sparkle Pen. I finish up by adding Nuvo Crystal Glaze to each of the hearts. I just wanted to mention that although this kit has sold out, SimonsSaysStamp.com does sell all of these products separately, so they are still available to you. That wraps up the card for today. Thank you so much for stopping by, and I hope that you have a wonderful day.